Good afternoon. And like you said, my name is Harry Farmer. I was the band director at Forest Middle School for 19 years, right down the road. And then I spent some time in Charlottesville, directing middle school there, and now I direct middle school in Blacksburg. So for the last 28 years, this is what I've done. This is the total middle school band. There's a few in the audience who I taught. They're parents now, and their kids are here. So it's very nice being back and being able to do that. It's kind of a cool thing that happened. The first tune you heard was El Toro by Julie Griffin. We'd like to go ahead and move to something totally different. This is called Celtic Air and Dance, and this is by Michael Sweeney. There it is. There's always a couple things that amaze me with middle school groups. One of them is when they do their first beginning concert ever. Do you remember those sounds they made in 6th grade when they brought the shiny instruments home? And they were so eager to play them for you, and it didn't sound good. And you all remember that. And then they did your first holiday concert. They made a lot of progress. That's one that I always, that I always like doing. That's one thing I always like every year that we do it, that I get to show that off. Another thing is a group like this. They haven't been together. The first time they ever came together was yesterday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, and then they got me. They had no idea who I was. Okay, and we're trying to lead them through in the hot band room in there yesterday. Trying to get them through some tunes. And yeah, they were rough starting out, and they're not rough anymore. That was the piece we just did was very challenging, and they rose to the occasion. They did very well. Okay, we'd like to keep our part of the concert going on. The next song that we're going to do is called Lost Woods Fantasy, and this is by Gerard Hall. Again, another challenging piece, the way that was, where it opens very quiet, it's fast, and then it goes to nothing again. They pulled that off very well. I told the kids I'd brag on them a little bit, because I always do. I think, most of the time when you hear things on the news, you're in the mall or wherever you are, and you're like, oh man, the kids these days, all they do is sit on their cell phones and do this and this and this. They're not. They're right up here working real hard, trying to put together a concert for you in a couple of days. Yeah, they got out of math class. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, they got out of history and all that kind of stuff today. But they're here and, trying to work real hard on doing stuff for you. They just have different tools than we had. Okay, that cell phone, that's something unique to them, just like the calculator was unique to us. Things like that. So I think they're going to. These kids on stage are destined for big things, especially the ones in 8th grade. Moving on to their respective high schools, and then moving on to college. We talked a lot about college today. You might have heard some of those stories. They're going to succeed very well. Hopefully, it won't be like some of the things we talked about in class today, like playing tag with our cars and things like that. But we would like to end our part of the concert. We are going to move on since we're getting close to the holiday season. I decided we were going to play something holiday-ish. We are going to play a version of Jingle Bells called Tango Bells. You'll understand why it's called Tango Bells when you hear it. And once we're done, we'll do a little switch in between the groups, which will take a little while. But I would like to, thank all of you for letting me be here. Thanks to the directors for inviting me. It's been nice coming home. My wife, if I didn't say this, my wife did teach in this building, I think for 5 years. And so I recognize some faces, from the faculty of the school, that was here during that time too. And I do appreciate that. It's nice coming home, to Lynchburg and doing some things. But this is Tango Bells.